So let's welcome to our little cable talk show on hoarding your host. Come on out, host, and take it away.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to It's Time for Some Real Talk, people, because it's time for some real talk, people, and we've got a big topic today. Everybody finds themselves wanting to keep track of all of their stuff, and sometimes that goes a little too far, and you find yourself in a family full of hoarders. And I've brought on a panel of experts, and we are going to discuss the ins and outs of hoarding today, and I would like to introduce those experts to you now. Expert number one, would you please come out and introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Punkwhiter, and I would like to say that hoarding is a despicable habit. It affects my ability to speak even when I consider the entire time.
Absolutely. Well, we'll let her clean that up. Let's bring out expert number two and meet them. Expert number two, please come on out and let us know who you are. Introduce yourself, please. Yes.
Greetings, I'm Eloise Masticon. And I'm a firm believer that hoarding is a good thing because we need our stuff. There's huge comfort in our stuff. I mean, who needs to get around the house when you can crawl through a sea of your belongings?
Absolutely true. Stuff is important. Okay, and now let's round out our panel and bring out our third expert.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'm looking for a man who is tall and employed and likes to surf.
Looking to hoard a date. That sounds fantastic, Ashley. All right, so Elizabeth, Eloise, and Ashley.
Show?
No, sweetheart, this is not a dating show. We are here to discuss the dangers and the benefits of hoarding. Now, very often you will find that some people will label something as simple as collecting as hoarding. Thoughts?
Yes. I have a lot of nail polish, and I line them up by color from lightest pink to darkest pink.
Young lady, you are a woman after my own heart. Someone who understands the value of everything. I mean, I have a collection of rubber bands divided into color, width, strength, and aroma.
A collection is one thing. For example, my Hummel figurines qualify as a collection. They have value and they're cared for appropriately on the shelves. However, a collection of hair, rubber bands, and nail polish, this is a sign of a sick mind.
Oh, so it sounds like the object that is in fact being collected and or hoarded might in fact qualify as how to decide which it is, a collection or a hoard.
Well, I must disagree because, you see, I think collecting and hoarding are the same thing. To my esteemed colleague, her collection of figurines is a hoard, as in a Mongol horde, or in a horde of horrible creatures. And you see, some people might find her figurines quite terrifying because they're a horde, while hoarding is quite natural and normal.
I beg your pardon. My Hummels are in no way a hoard, nor is my collection of Fabergé reproductive eggs that stand over there, perfectly sorted by age and by color and gradation, just because I have 372 of them. And there are no way do they qualify as a hoard because they are pristine, beloved, and worth money.
I like the smell of Fabergé perfume, but Chanel is more, and Charlie is my absolute favorite, but I like to try them all.
See, another person who understands allness.
The state of allness. That seems to be another delimiter between hoarding and hoarding good and hoarding bad.
Is allness the 51st state?
That's up to the Senate. So I want to double check something here. Elizabeth, you mentioned that you have a collection of figurines and a collection of Fabergé reproductions. In what way do you believe you are in fact not a hoarder?
because they have value and they're perfectly displayed and cared for. I mean, to think that that was a hoard would be ridiculous. That would be like thinking my 426 pairs of shoes were a hoard.
Eloise,
I
your
love
thoughts?
shoes.
Eloise, is that a thought? Is that a hoard?
Well, it's interesting. We're all in total agreement. We all love shoes. Isn't that nice that we've all come to a conclusion? I have
Ashley,
700.
how many pairs of shoes do you have, Ashley?
I have like 4, and I got them on sale.
A hoarder who knows the value of a good sale. Elizabeth, your thoughts on sales?
I love them. I love sales with all of my heart.
The other place you can find things on sale is like at a thrift store. I love thrift stores too.
Thrift stores long the bastion of many a hoarder.
And I have a marvelous collection of Chucks.
Well, who doesn't really?
I dated a guy named Chuck.
So I think the conclusion we've come to here today is that, in fact, there's not a fine line between a collector and a hoarder. We're all just hoarders. And I think that's a reasonable conclusion to come to, because a collection of value is, in fact, hoarding. So thank you so much for joining us for today's debate, and we'll be back next week to discuss toilet paper, over or under.
Under.
Okay.
Let's hear it for our talk show.